my, what the what?
Jimmy, check out my new aero suit.
We need to talk.
What do you mean?
It's not the most aero, probably not the most comfortable. Fun to ride in, yes. There's something better.
Well, good thing we're going to talk about that on tonight's episode. Q! Welcome to Learning with Alicia. I'm Alicia Zellner, and I'm the founder of Bike Ride for Black Lives. And tonight we're going to be talking about what it means to pick out the perfect cycling kit. So for me, as someone who's taller, as someone who's larger, and also who spends my time in a variety of different sports that involve my bike, including triathlons, I think it's really important that we have a conversation about what you could be wearing to make your ride more comfortable, more fun, and more safe. Jimmy?
Yep. So one of the most common mistakes we see people make is wearing something that maybe isn't appropriate to the activity that you're doing.
Okay.
So if you're doing triathlons, for example, you'll find something like a nice form-fitting short, form-fitting jersey to be more appropriate. Now, cycling shorts are designed with what's called a chamois on the inside, and a chamois is part of what makes the short comfortable, and that's the pad.
Oh.
So these do come in both men's and women's specific because we're all built a little differently. You find the one that's your appropriate size, ideally gender, and try them on, make sure they fit, but that pad should hit you right where you sit on the saddle, keep you comfortable.
Do these pads come in different sizes?
They are sized according to the size of the short. So a small short will have a smaller size pad, larger short will have a larger pad.
Does it affect the way that the pad comes in contact with the seat?
The size does, only because it's size appropriate. So ideally, a smaller pad and short matched up to a smaller size person will hit them just right.
Makes sense.
Yep. Form-fitting shorts are designed to obviously be form-fitting, but also to help keep you dry. When you sweat, takes that moisture, moves it away from your body to the outside to evaporate, keep you cool, keep you dry.
And triathlon shorts would do that too specifically, since they're meant to go from the swim to the bike.
Yep. You'll find they'll dry off very quickly. Okay. So even if you're on, say, a road ride and you find a creek you want to sit in to cool off, have a seat. They'll dry off real quick.
Is that same kind of material found inside of the form-fitting jerseys?
The pad, no. The short material is very similar. The big difference there with jerseys, it's going to be kind of hard to see on the video, but the texture that's on the jersey as well is designed, again, to take moisture, move it away from the body to help keep you cool and dry.
Okay.
So as you ride, you're not dripping in sweat and feeling uncomfortable.
So let's say it's a little bit colder weather out. Like, what would you say for someone who's doing this kind of riding, should they be wearing to make sure that they stay warm?
So right now, for example, we've got about 30 to 40 degree temperature shifts during the day. Ideally, what you'd want to do would be to layer. So what you can do is put something long sleeve on over top of your short sleeve jersey. Layering thinner layers as opposed to just one big bulky jacket. It allows you to stay mobile, but also allows you to peel a layer off as the day warms up. So again, if you've got a seat bag on your bike or just a rear jersey pocket, you can even go with something lighter, peel it off, stuff it in a pocket, and keep riding.
What about for the legs?
For the legs, same thing. We do have options with longer tights. This, for example, is a bib tight, but you can get longer lengths to keep you warm on those colder days. You can also do arm or leg warmers where it's just a section to cover up, like from your wrist to your elbows or ankles to knees.
Okay, well, you said a very interesting word just now, Jimmy. You said the word bib. Like when I go eat, bib?
Not quite. Think more pro wrestler.
Oh,
the look
like
that everybody
Macho
wants.
Man Randy Savage?
Sort of.
Okay.
All right, so a bib short, big difference here compared to a regular cycling short. A regular cycling short is just going to be waist down to your knees.
Okay.
That's it. Elastic band around the waist. A bib short is designed to take all of the pressure off of your waist and distribute it across your entire body. No constriction across your midsection, a much more comfortable short.
Interesting. And obviously, since I'm holding them, bibs come in pants as well.
Bibs you can get as shorts or tights.
Awesome. All right, so if I was just going to ride my hybrid bike or go kind of like on a commuter ride, what would you suggest I wear?
So a couple options for you there. If you wanted a more modest look and you didn't want to wear something very tight, you could easily go with something loose fitting. Something that's got a liner short on the inside. So you still have your padded short, but now something baggy over top. A little more modest look, a little more comfortable, a little easier to get off your bike, maybe stand in line for a cup of coffee, grab a muffin. Yeah.
And top-wise?
Top-wise, if you wanted to pair that with a jersey, you absolutely could. Other option is you can get technical tees to give you something looser fit, more casual, but still give you that nice wicking material to help keep you dry and cool.
Fantastic. All right, so let's say that I want to go off-road, get dirty. What would I be wearing?
Stan here is modeling some of our mountain clothing.
Do we call this Jimmy 2.0?
We could. Jimmy 20 years ago.
Jimmy 20 years ago.
Maybe 30 years ago. So mountain clothing is going to be a little different from road-specific clothing.
Okay.
Mountain clothing, a lot of mountain bikers do prefer looser fit. So you're going to often find longer, baggier shorts, more overlap with the knee. In case you're wearing knee pads, it allows the short to go over without snagging a knee pad for protection. A looser fit jersey. And then from there, this particular guy has, a fanny pack on, full face helmet, meant for more aggressive riding.
Okay. Do mountain bike jerseys also have the pocket in the back like the form-fitting jerseys do?
A lot of them do not, only because a lot of mountain bikers nowadays do tend to ride with either a fanny pack or a hydration pack and carry their gear that way. So instead of carrying a tube in your pocket, they just carry it in a bag.
All right. So same question as I just posed with the racing gear, cold weather.
With a mountain bike, same thing. A lot of mountain bikers you can do knee warmers under this, wear bibs under that if you want. For jackets, that's as simple as throwing a lightweight, wind, water-resistant jacket over top. But as the day gets warmer, easily compactable, throw it in your camelback, keep riding.
Awesome.
Yep.
That's great. Well, now that I've got a better sense of what to wear from head to toe, can you talk a little bit more about what to wear for my hands and my feet?
Yep. So to complement all of the clothing, your contact points with the bike, your feet and your hands, are also important to protect. And we'll scoot right over here and show you that stuff.
Special sections.
Hand protection, you have gloves. Gloves kind of come in two basic varieties: short finger, long finger. Short finger gloves are what most cyclists are used to. A lot of people start here. Simple, maintains all of your dexterity. So all your finger feel, nothing's compromised there. Nice little padding in the palm to keep things comfortable when you grip. And the same type of material that's used in the shorts and jerseys is used on the top to keep your hands cool and dry. Long finger gloves you'll quite often find mountain bikers using, and that's primarily for hand protection. So a little more coverage in the event that you come off the bike and have to do a little bit of land surfing. Just gives you more protection for your hands. Mountain bike gloves also tend to have a little less padding in the palm, only because mountain bike grips are a lot more forgiving nowadays, a little bit thicker, softer materials. So it allows for a thinner glove so you can keep some of that dexterity.
Is there a specific way that we should look in terms of padding in the palms? Or just kind of like you said, it's basically up to the rider, fit of the
Find what's the most comfortable to you. For example, myself, I prefer a glove with almost no padding, just the basic leather palm, and that's it. Some folks prefer a lot more padding. It's all preference. Key thing is the glove, more than anything, is going to provide you hand protection.
Okay, so let's move to my feet. Socks.
So cycling socks are different from the socks that you'll get at, say, a department store. Those tend to be cotton, also have seams in some of the wrong places sometimes. Cycling socks are designed to be a little snugger. They do come in different lengths, so you can have a no-show sock. You can have longer crew length socks. They are going to offer some compression to help with blood flow to your feet. Come in many stylish colors and designs to fit your personality. But again, like the shorts and jerseys, designed to help take sweat away from your foot, move it to the surface to help it evaporate. A lot of cycling shoes are designed with some ventilation to allow airflow to help keep your feet cool and dry.
Oh, I think these would match my outfit.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Okay, so I'm seeing here that we've got like toe covers and shoe covers. What are those for?
So colder days, we'd mentioned leg warmers, for example. That's just, imagine just wearing just a sleeve or just a leg sleeve, so if you will. Yep. Yeah.
Do you have any that have spikes?
Nothing with spikes. You can get different designs. The most common ones tend to be black, white, or high-vis yellow for visibility.
So maybe I can talk Trek into making some with spikes.
We can talk.
Okay.
We can talk. Shoe warmers are designed for cold days, basically to offer kind of a wind and water-resistant sock to go over your shoe. Blocking wind in the cold is going to help keep your foot warm.
That makes sense.
Keep your toes from going numb.
That's important.
Yep.
So let's talk about shoes.
Yep. Cycling shoes. Another good upgrade for anybody who's new to cycling. Whether you are a casual rider or a racer, there are different styles and types of shoes out there. Shoes, again, come in kind of two basic varieties, a road shoe and a mountain shoe. Easiest way to distinguish between them, road shoes are usually identified by having a very smooth bottom and typically a 3-hole cleat pattern on the bottom. Cleats are just a mechanism used to snap into a special type of pedal.
Clipping in.
Clipping in. Mountain shoes are going to be defined by the lugs on the bottom. So you're going to have more tread, designed for walking in off-road situations, maybe in the mud or dirt or sand, where you need traction and you're not walking on the cleat. Mountain shoes are going to typically have just a 2-bolt pattern, often called an SPD, Shimano pedaling dynamic bolt pattern. Just 2 bolt holes parallel to each other that sit in between these rubber pontoons on the shoe. Now, if you are a casual rider, you can start with a more casual shoe. Something a little more stylish for walking around. You can still clip in, but a lot more casual for riding around. Run your errands, hit the grocery store, ride to class, look cool, be comfortable, still clip in.
And no one would ever know.
No one would ever know.
That's awesome.
If you're doing more triathlons, getting more into racing or more high-performance cycling, we've got higher-end shoes for that. And really the big difference between the casual shoe and the higher-end shoe comes down to how stiff it is. Higher-end shoes tend to flex less, and the idea being that when you pedal, all of your effort goes into moving the bike forward. You're not losing any energy with the pedal or your shoe sagging with your efforts.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jimmy. Once again, I feel like I've learned more than I knew before I walked in today. If you had one takeaway to give new riders about what to wear when they go out there, what would you tell them?
If I had to start with one item, definitely get a good pair of cycling shorts. One other rule with cycling shorts, don't double dip. So what I mean by that is don't go for a ride, set them aside, pick them up tomorrow and go for another ride. Wash them in between rides. Saddle sores are a real thing. Don't learn the hard way. Get a good pair of shorts to start, wash them in between each ride.
Awesome.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Jimmy. And thank you all for joining us on tonight's episode of Learning with Alicia. Join us next week when we talk about basic bike maintenance. See you then.